it out, hit the gym, hit the field, get the win. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my hit is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way when my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Bring the beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze. Freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my hit is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way when my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Bring the beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the Jacksonville Jaguars. A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Set up, 15, line it, 15 line. 6-6, pull it high. Get it.
They go with Leonard Fournette, third-year back from LSU. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Leonard Fournette. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Out of the gun is Minshew. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 18. Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Philip Lindsay. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Well, we talked about Philip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018. The Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Philip Lindsay.
Go!
On 2nd and a couple. Lock. It's caught. Smith. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Now! Bravo! Shoot!
On second down, here's Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
I got it. 44's to Mike. 40.
Look at me. Zipper. 5.
Throwing his Locke on third down. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
On 2nd and 12, Minshew. His throw incomplete. His tight end, Dwayne Allen, the intended receiver. But now it's third down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Now Minshew, he's got the hook up to Lee. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Jaguars.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Go!
Who's that?
On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of 2. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
51, Mike 51. Twist.
Hey, exit.
Minshew throwing on third down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 43 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Minshew on 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
51 to Mike. 65.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Minshew. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive.
And the ball is knocked out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a 2nd time.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to the turnover.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Whip. Watch the whip.
On 2nd down, Minshew. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you get your best people in the area to try and take that away.
Minshew sets to throw. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. Looking here for Smith downfield. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess As the wheels are turning on that other sideline, as a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on third down.
Tight down. There you go.
Recon, 152 fighter. Hey, go.
On third and long, it's Locke. He's going to launch the... Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 29 yards on third down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Hey, Foxtrot. Hit it.
Locke now on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. There he goes, left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. He is a difference maker at the linebacker position. He had a pick six last year, remember it? But it's different for those guys, isn't it, than a corner or a safety?
It certainly is, because sometimes they're pattern reading, seeing what the receivers are doing. Sometimes they're spot dropping, just getting to a place on the field and finding the quarterback and going to the ball. But remember this, these linebackers, at one time in their life, a lot of them were running backs. And they love having the ball back in their hands and making big moves towards the end zone.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
To throw on second down, McManus. The completion to Riddick. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down. He caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
They'll get 11, but still a little short. Fourth down. Here's Ryan Quigley now, as he's on to punt for Denver. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
14, Jaguars 7.
Here's Ryan Quigley now, as he's on to punt for Denver. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
15-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Looking to throw it. Minshew. He goes full extension, and he's got it. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing on first down is Minshew. That's out to his running back, Fournette. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Minshew. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
The Jaguars on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Rock Ready?
Back to throw here. The open man is Shark. It's complete. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down.
A gain of 18 on the play.
And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack.
3rd and 14.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. They'll look to throw here. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Von Miller in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot.
On the ready.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
To throw it is Locke. He's going to sling this deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Torrey Smith, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Locked again here on 2nd and 10. Rashard Matthews here on the catch. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do this. Same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Ready?
44's Mike. Check, check. Defense wins championships, baby.
Pilot, 64, weak. Shoot!
On 1st down, Locke. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Theo Riddick there. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Locke throwing on target to Fant. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Noah Fant with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Broncos push further out in front. Well, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I was like, oh, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
Ready?
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's there've got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Second and 10. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that one almost intercepted. Call it a 50-50 ball. It falls incomplete, and now 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with it?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Marquise Lee, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Hey, Alpha.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Lock. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Matthews, the intended target. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Fournette running right. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That 2nd down play nets a -4. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Mike 51, Mike 51.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
It's what you call a rookie mistake. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Lock to throw on 2nd down. He's got his big tight end, Fant. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Now the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Hey, wahoo! Ready?
Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete.
Let's go, baby.
He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. Locke now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's first. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out, and the Jags grab it, and he brings it back. Can you believe it? An offensive disaster on the final play of the first half.
They just had to hold on to the ball.
So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a 2nd time.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you on out to our studios in Orlando. Here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Ready, set.
Mike spoke way. Here I come.
Hit it.
Throwing on first down is Locke. He's got it to Matthews, complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
That's another Broncos first.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Block now to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now Locke. He's got Smith here. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
At their own 15-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
From just shy of midfield, Locke, and he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco 1st down. Sutton is part of a good young receiving core for the Broncos. They liked Sutton enough last year. They traded away Demaryius Thomas, if you remember, halfway through the season. Sutton, he responded. Rookie campaign, had over 700 yards, 42 catches for the man from Brenham, Texas, which is located halfway between Houston and Austin. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Hey, Zoo.
44's the mic. 44's the mic. Let's go, defense.
Ready?
Block will try again on 2nd down. He'll let this go for the end. And this is caught. 33 yards that time.
Well, we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
Hey, Delta.
44's the mic. 44's mic. Check. I got wide. Football's the mic.
Get it.
Locke looks to throw it again. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, but it'll be 2nd and goal. So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal.
Hey, Hayward.
44, Mike, 44. Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it. 44's the mic, 44's mic. Check.
Greystone, travel. Check go.
They'll try to run with Lindsey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. From back at the 2, here's 3rd and goal.
Hey, lock it.
They'll try to run with Lindsey. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
So what a let-off there. You figure that was an easy 3 points. Instead, it turns into nothing.
And from that close of range, if you start it left, your goose is cooked. And this thing, well, it never had a chance to straighten itself out.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
That one complete. He finds Shark. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. It'll be Minshew again, and this will be caught as they convert here for 2. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide, not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Rashard Matthews, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Ready.
44.
Hey, orbit. Now.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. He was looking for Matthews that time. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
He lost 6 there on the first down play.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now on 2nd and 16, Minshew. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a first down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Minshew, 1st and 10. And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. DJ Chark with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Lambeau to add on the extra point. He knocks it through, and it's 35-21. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And he's got some space here. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Bravo! Check, check. We own it.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lock. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33.
Show team spill. Leo. 2.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, right back to Lindsey. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid game. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. To throw it is Lock. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. The linebacker, Telvin Smith, able to get a hand on it there.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. The Broncos unable to convert here on fourth. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Go.
Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. And his throw's going to be incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turned into a nice play.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Minshew sets to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And this one goes sailing out of bounds. Where did it cross? Well, they're going to say on this side of midfield.
Let's go now. 30 base.
Mike Spoke. I'm coming.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. This is the tight end Fant. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Going up top. He's got it at the 15. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A gain there of 30 big ones. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. They'll run the toss. It's Lindsey. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11
Set. 80 weapons.
at the 16-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
They'll go again with Lindsey. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
It's a gain of 3.
On 3rd down, Locke. And he's got it. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Locke working out of the gun. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Try to go back to Matthews there, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Locke now on 3rd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me. Let's go get it done.
152 fighter. Get it.
Locke going to go on 4th down. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Jaguars are able to come up with a goal line stand. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. Pushes him over. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
On the ready.
First down.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Looking long for Westbrook. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Let's go. You tighten up.
Protein spill. 51.
So third and long. Here's Minshew. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. They'll run on first down. It's Lindsey. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
Brings up second and 7.
On second and 7. Lock. He finds Riddick complete. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Pilot, 64, weak.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
X3, 218, chop. Snap.
They begin with a run by Fournette. Fournette, first down, still going. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the fourth quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5.
Let's get it.
After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5. Fournette running out of the gun. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be third down. Looking to throw it. Minshew. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. This is caught at the 20. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Brings up second and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground now with Fournette. Oh, Fournette loses it. It's out. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about